Right, so some of you guys might be wondering which phone should I get, one of the regular iPhone 14 models or one of the iPhone 14 Pro models instead. Well, let's delve into the differences. So I'll be comparing the iPhone 14 and 14 Pro mainly, but of course, for the most part, the same applies to the 14 Plus and the 14 Pro Max. So beginning with the design, there's already a pretty drastic change because we have the regular 14s looking very similar to last year's 13s, but the 14 Pros have a new cutout and the dynamic island UI looks really good. Now some could argue the pill's not much of an improvement over the notch, but that with the thinner bezels do look more futuristic in my opinion, so that is a major advantage for the Pro models in terms of the design. And let's be honest guys, you probably want to flex that you have the new iPhone, so the 14 Pros clearly make it evident that yes, this is the brand spanking new iPhone, whereas of course the 14 looks like the 13 for the most part, except the new colours. Then again, I will say the regular 14s do have better colour choices, but colours are subjective, obviously some might prefer the Pro colours, so there's that. Now moving on to the display, again this is a pretty drastic difference because the 14 Pros do have slightly larger panels, and also they have ProMotion and get brighter, so overall the experience is going to be a lot better with the Pros. But I will say the introduction of the 14 Plus does give you a pretty immersive experience at a low price point, and honestly some don't care about ProMotion and the brightness is already pretty good with the regular models. So yeah, the displays are definitely decent, it's just that the Pros do take everything to the next level in terms of the display tech. Now moving on to the performance, normally I would say this is the same for the most part, but that's not the case with the 14 series. The regular models get the 5-core GPU A15, but the Pros get a new 4nm A16 chip, and so yes, while performance is still going to be very good with the regular models, again, the Pro models do take things further with the better chip. And do remember, it's not just performance, the efficiency is better with the A16 chip, and so spoiler alert, that's why the Pros are getting better battery life. RAM-wise though, thankfully everything is the same, so 6 gigs of RAM across all models. Now the cameras also are vastly different. The regular models do get the new front-facing camera with autofocus with the wider aperture. Now for the rear cameras, there is a slightly better main sensor, but to be honest, all of this pales in comparison to the Pros. The Pros do get a 48 megapixel main sensor, that's the first megapixel increase the iPhone's getting since the 6S, and also we have a better ultra-wide and a telephoto lens. Now of course at the time of filming reviews are not out, and so we haven't seen the real life performance of the 14 Pro cameras, but I do think they're going to be quite a lot better than the regular models, and for those wanting the best cameras, the Pros are the ones to get. And by the way, with the new sensors, you do get video improvements. And couple that with the already existing ProRAW and ProRes formats only the Pro models have, yeah, the Pro camera experience is massively better than the regular models. And actually regarding ProRes video, that does remind me storage is better with the Pros. You get up to 1 terabyte, whereas the regular models are up to 512. Now regarding connectivity, these phones are exactly the same across the boards, so you have the new X65 modem in these for better 5G performance, and it also could improve battery life. But also we should see satellite connectivity come to these iPhones, and so when in danger you can text or call your close ones, or of course emergency services anywhere on the planet. And also Bluetooth 5.2 is available across the boards, and because we also have this with the new AirPods, you can now connect 3 or 4 pairs of AirPods with a single device, but also there should be improved call quality, better battery life, better sound quality, and just a bevy of upgrades for those who use AirPods. You are also getting the new always-on display with the Pro models, and for those wondering why it's not coming to the regular models, that's because the Pros have LTPO displays. That means they go down to 1 Hz, and that results in less battery drain when of course using features like this. Now as I suggested earlier, battery life is a lot better with the Pro models. The Pro Max is going to be an absolute beast in this regard, and that's worth noting if you want the best battery life. However, once again, these phones have not been tested in terms of real life usage. We're going off Apple stats and they could be false, and considering there is an always on display that could eat into battery life, I could see the 14 Plus actually being the battery champ, but I'm sure the 14 Pro Max is going to be just below it. So yes, it's pretty clear the Pro models are getting all the exciting upgrades, and the regular 14s for the most part are pretty boring refreshes. And pricing makes things even worse for the regular models because, unlike the leaks, there was no price hike with the Pros. They are the same in the US. And so yes, for the most part, the 14 Pros are the ones to get. Though I do want to mention, outside of the US, prices are pretty bad for the 14 series. Here in the UK where I'm based, the 14 Plus comes at the same price as the 13 Pro from last year, and on the whole the prices have gone up by £150 and I believe €150. And so yes, I'm pretty disappointed in that regard. And actually, for those looking for the best value, I will say the 13 Pro through clearance is definitely the better buy because it's around the same price as the regular 14 and gets you 120Hz, triple cameras, about the same performance, and a much nicer build. And yeah, especially when the 14's basically the same as the 13 for the most part, I really do have a tough time justifying this because you can now find 13 Pros for around the same price, and like I said, it's a much better iPhone experience. And heck, even if you don't want the Pro features, the 13 is going to be cheaper through Apple but also third parties, and so yeah, there's just better options elsewhere compared to the regular 14, but of course, do remember this would not apply to the 14 Plus. It's a new category of iPhone, so of course, there is no previous generation of this, so I can see the market for it. And even if you do find the 13 Pro Max for around the same price as the 14 Plus, I could see some getting the Plus instead just because it's a lighter build. I absolutely hated how heavy the Pro Max was, and so the lighter aluminium shell for the 14 Plus might appeal to a lot of consumers. Oh, by the way, I thought I'd mention the SIM tray is dead with the US models, as expected, and to be honest, as someone in the UK, I'm pretty happy that's not coming to us, but I guess the future's going to be eSIM with the iPhone. Anyways, tell me in the comments below, guys, which iPhone are you going to get? Anyways, thank you for watching, guys. Make sure to like and subscribe for the latest Apple news and rumours. Check out the video above on details regarding the iPad 10, and on that note, see ya peeps.